Hi, so this is Jen Schuett, and this is my culminating assignment video. I would say that sexual exploitation as experienced by international populations is the issue that is most pressing to me as a professional social worker. This population could include refugees and immigrants living in the United States, as well as the global community who have suffered this kind of injustice. This issue, in fact, is what first drew me to the field of social work. Within this topic, there are two subtopics that I would also hope to engage with my career, and those would be specializing in cross-cultural trauma-informed care and providing support to professionals around the world working to combat sexual exploitation. There are a few key theories, research efforts, and practice experiences that have influenced my thinking and equipped me to promote social justice in this issue. First, systems theory, including ecological systems, provides a useful lens for considering how an individual's environment, including their family, personal strengths, assets, and culture, impact their experience of trauma and their ability to overcome crises. Next, the idea of client-centered and strengths-based approaches influences my approach to working with clients across cultures. Regardless of an individual's country of origin, helping the client identify and access their own strengths will thereby empower them to regain a sense of control and confidence within their healing process. Now, this semester, I've engaged in advocacy on multiple levels, also somewhat related to this issue that I've described. So within my practicum, I have had the opportunity to advocate for individual sexual assault survivors to obtain needed services. I've worked on improving our agency's training for law enforcement. I've attended a training for law enforcement and have participated in a tabling event at a local community college. Additionally, I also chose to write a letter to my state senator advocating on support of Bill HF 713. So this bill would ensure the development of a comprehensive strategic plan to address the needs of sex trafficking victims throughout the state of Minnesota, where I live. It would also require input from key stakeholders, including community members and communities most impacted by sex trafficking. Although my area of interest can and likely will encompass a variety of practice efforts and goals, I currently have one specific goal that I would hope to begin tackling upon completion of my social work degree. Specifically, I would love to start a nonprofit organization that provides professional development, training workshops, culturally appropriate resources, and self-care retreats for professionals and volunteers working within agencies around the world to combat sexual exploitation. And that was just a need that I've seen as I've interacted with similar agencies in a few different areas of the world, that there's a real need for that ongoing support and resources for those social workers and volunteers. So I would hope that eventually the insight and information I would gain through interacting with those agencies would also allow me to create and provide resources for agencies working with those specific populations here in the United States. And ultimately, I would love to create some sort of online network and community among those service providers to continue connecting and collaborating with each other virtually from around the world. During my time at the Kin School, I've had a lot of incredible practice experiences. I intentionally selected practicum placements in refugee resettlement and sexual assault advocacy in order to gain experience within those two aspects of my intended area of practice. Additionally, while volunteering at a home for women leaving the sex industry in Bangkok, Thailand, I was able to complete an independent study through the Kent School, which was an amazing experience and opportunity. My time at the Kin School has provided me with so much practical and theoretical knowledge and experience. I've grown in my confidence level as an individual and as a social work practitioner. I've had opportunities to think critically, to identify layers of oppression in practice settings, and to engage in advocacy. I've been stretched to connect research with practice. In terms of areas for growth, I desire to continue strengthening my clinical skills as well as nonprofit management and organizational models and the knowledge and understanding therein. All in all, I leave Kin School excited to step into the next chapter of my life and career and to implement all the practice knowledge I've gained over the last 3 years.